You could get another house and material things. You can't get another life.
We begin tonight with the race against the clock. Right now, millions of people are scrambling to get out of the path of Hurricane Milton. Thanks for inviting us in. It's now 11 o'clock, and by this time tomorrow, Milton is expected to be nearing landfall as a Category 3 storm, weaker but larger. So that means its catastrophic impact will cover a more extensive area. All of this comes just 2 weeks after Hurricane Helene killed more than 230 people across 6 states. Storm-weary Americans tonight forced to face a second round of devastation with barely enough time to cope with the first. Dana Griffin is in Florida this evening as the life-threatening storm moves closer.
Here on Naples Beach, you can still see people are in the water at this hour ahead of Milton, taking advantage of these waves that are usually not this high on the west side of the peninsula. We've spoken to many of them. Many say they are not evacuating because they are not in the evacuation zone. Many neighborhoods and many homes along the coast have been told to leave starting at 6 a.m. this morning. And the mayor says that while some have left, she's hoping that more will leave because this is a life-threatening storm. Just because we are south of the impact zone of where that direct landfall will likely occur, there is a concern about storm surge. Here in Naples, we could receive 6 to 10 feet of storm surge flooding, which is life-threatening, and the only way to survive storm surge is to not be here when it hits. I'm Dana Griffin, NBC News.
So we talked a little about the track of this hurricane. Angela joins us. She's got new information about the timing and what to expect once Milton hits.
And it is going to hit this time tomorrow. As you mentioned, it's going to be very close to making landfall. New information from the National Hurricane Center in just minutes ago. Winds sustained at 160 miles per hour, so still a Category 5 hurricane. We do expect it to continue to weaken somewhat, but it will still make landfall as a major hurricane. Expected to be a Category 4 at 8 o'clock tomorrow evening, perhaps weakening just a little bit as it makes landfall near or just south of Tampa. It will then move across the state of Florida near Orlando, still as a Category 1 hurricane, before this weather system moves back out into the ocean. We are expecting a fairly large storm surge, 10 to 15 feet. You might be thinking, well, what does that mean? It basically means this big wall of water with a major hurricane, anything in its path, we have destruction and unfortunately loss of life as well.
Angela, thanks so much. Indiana Task Force 1 is on the move tonight. The team relocating to Georgia from North Carolina, and that's where they'll wait outside the storm target zone until they get a new assignment after Milton hits. They first left for Florida September 24th, ready to help with all the search and rescue efforts connected to Hurricane Helene. Since then, nearly 100 members have completed more than 400 searches. And right now, it's unclear when they'll return home to Indiana. Walt Disney World announced it will start closing its theme parks starting tomorrow before the hurricane arrives. That plan interrupting the vacation for one Indiana family, but they say safety comes first. Logan Gay talked with them tonight as they left the teacups and are now headed home.
Peyton Saunders and her husband spent more than a year planning this Disney trip for their 3 boys. It's the kids' first trip to Disney, and they wanted to give their 6-year-old son a birthday he would never forget.
We were having a great time. Everything was great. Honestly, the lines were super short, so it seemed like it was great.
She planned out everything perfectly, even down to their daily outfits. But what she didn't plan for was Hurricane Milton.
Everything was great up until about 5 o'clock today, where they decided to send out a message closing Magic Kingdom. And I was like, they never close Magic Kingdom. We're out of here.
That was enough for them to leave the park, but this was enough for them to leave the state.
The more information that came out talking about like being in the hallways and like what to do if we lose, electricity, or if like pulling out things I'd even think of pulling out cash out of an ATM to make sure in case they don't have, ways to charge your credit card, like, cause you won't have ways to buy things. And then obviously the gas scare.
Peyton says they packed up and left within an hour.
It was a split decision. I got the message and I said, let's pack up the car. I said, I'm going to the front desk. You go pack up the boys, get them in their pajamas, and let's get to the car.
While on the road, she can't but think about the people she left behind.
It's horrible. It's so sad just even being here right now. I feel bad for the people that have to stay and are working at Disney too. my heart goes out to them.
Although their trip was cut short, Peyton says she feels like they made the right decision.
And I said, guys, at the end of the day, all that matters is that we are safe and that nothing happens to them. Obviously, I cannot imagine what I would do if something happened, because I stayed.
So, Logan, when will they get back home?
So, Scott, originally they were supposed to head back home on Saturday, but when I talked with them, they had just gotten into the car and they're heading, instead of heading back to Indianapolis, they're now heading to Gatlinburg to finish off birthday celebrations. And she told me that because of the traffic from the storm, it's adding 2 extra hours to their trip. So they're going to be there sometime around 5:40 in the morning.
Okay, hopefully they'll make it home safe. Logan Gay, thanks so much. Well, we have certainly seen the heartache after Helene. We know there is more to come, and when these kinds of disasters happen, Hoosiers really step up. We've seen it with Indiana Task Force 1, and now the president of the Indianapolis Fraternal Order of Police is on his way back from Asheville, North Carolina. Dozens of people in that area died after the last hurricane. Rick Snyder told us he was serving with the Billy Graham Law Enforcement Chaplains Ministry. He saw the unbelievable damage firsthand.
Just yesterday, we learned of 2 more officers who had lost their homes completely, and we were just finding out about it almost 9 days after the fact. And when you talk to those officers, they would just they said, I didn't want to divert from everybody else getting the help they needed by having people help me. And I think that's just a testament to the servant's heart of our officers.
The FOP is collecting supplies right now to send to Asheville specifically for police officers and their families. So if you'd like to donate, you can drop off items at the Indy FOP Lodge. That's on Shelby Street, 9 to 5 through Friday. A truck loaded up with supplies will leave for North Carolina Saturday. And you can monitor the track of Hurricane Milton and its impact by using our WTHR weather app. It gives you access to the satellite tracking of this storm and, of course, our weather blog with updates from our weather team. Tonight at 11, the Center Township Constable position is vacant. All of that comes after Denise Hatch pleaded guilty to official misconduct and gun charges connected to several cases. As a result of that plea deal, Indiana law dictates she be removed from office automatically. Our Chase Howell's been following the story tonight. And Chase, could we see another person take this position?
As of today, the Marion County Democratic Party has to create a caucus to find a replacement for Hatch within 30 days. Denise Hatch has seen her fair share of charges while working as the Center Township Constable. In February, she was charged with official misconduct after allegedly stealing broccoli from a grocery store while wearing her badge. That same month, she was slapped with additional charges, including attempted assisting a criminal and attempted resisting law enforcement. This time, she was placed under arrest. Then in May of 2024, she was arrested again for unlawful carrying of a handgun after bringing her gun while working security in her constable uniform. Hatch had a pending felony case at the time.
I mean, we cannot have what happened in Center Township continue to happen. I mean, clearly it undermines the court process. It undermines law enforcement. I mean, we just can't have that kind of thing happen.
State Senator Aaron Freeman says while Hatch's behavior was unacceptable, she doesn't represent the constable serving throughout the area. He says their position is crucial to the small claims court.
The issue that we have is there's just so many cases in small claims court that, I mean, the Marion County Sheriff just can't possibly handle that amount of cases right now. We'd have to have a lot more law enforcement officers in that office and a much bigger budget.
As for moving forward so we don't see this happen again, Freeman says that's a conversation that needs to be had. Now, we did speak with Hatch's attorney earlier today, who says the plea deal was a great resolution and that it allows her to move on with her life. Reporting here in Indianapolis, Chase Howell, 13 News.